Show me.
You know those moments in a film, video game, book, or anything else where that one scene has just cemented in your brain, cemented the fact that a movie or video game or book, whatever it is you are experiencing at the time, will truly be with you forever. Now that scene doesn't need to define the film, the book, the whatever. It simply needs to hit you perfectly in the soul. I'm talking about those moments in media where you're at the store buying shampoo, you're at work doing some monotonous task, or in class trying to pay attention to the board, writing all your notes and stuff, when your brain just suddenly flashes back to that brilliant moment, and you just sit and think about that thing you truly enjoy. I remember when I was in kindergarten, and I was supposed to be learning my alphabet, and my brain just suddenly starts singing one of the Utada Hikaru songs from like Kingdom Hearts 1 or 2, and thanks to that, I can't read. For most people, it is something like the glass of water in Jurassic Park, the apartment interrogation in Pulp Fiction, or the sharing of Scar stories in Jaws. Hell, not a day goes by that I don't think about Luke Skywalker turning off his targeting computer. And I can think of a few people in my life that relive losing Aerith to the live stream. I think about that at least once a month. We all handle trauma and grief in different ways.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I've got something a little bit different, a little bit more obscure to talk about. I would like to talk about a film that has been stuck in my brain over the past few days, and I can't figure out why. I have been thinking about a little Korean film called No Tears for the Dead. Specifically, the ending. So, this is your last chance. Go watch this movie. When you're ready to talk about how that movie ended, come back and listen to me and talk to me and to respond in the comments and all that. This is your last chance to pause this video and go watch that movie. I believe it's on Prime Video. Here's your chance. Go ahead right now. In the scene in question, our hero meets his end in a thrilling repetition of gunfire. Out of context, it may be nothing special. It appears to be a stylized death scene of an unknown character. It's filmed in such a satisfying fashion that it could be interpreted as a big bad villain reaching his end. But this death is so much more. To discuss why this scene hit me so strongly, we need to talk about what led to this moment. So, the entire movie. No Tears for the Dead's protagonist is not exactly your common action movie hero. He isn't a hero cop. He isn't an ex-Special Forces guy trying to lay low, or a criminal with a heart of gold. His name is Gon. He had a particularly difficult childhood, and eventually found his way into a life of crime where he was molded to be one of the deadliest assassins his criminal organization that he works for has ever seen. Unfortunately, in the opening scene of the film, Gon gets his target, and so much more. After a quick, exciting gunfight, Gon takes out the intended target. He hears a noise behind a door and opens fire. He investigates, and what he finds brings his entire world crumbling down. The noise came from a little girl, his target's daughter. In innocent disbelief, the little girl clutches at her wound and collapses. In this moment, all Gon can do is watch her die, as the weight of the accident sinks in. The film jumps ahead some time as we find Gon sleeping in his own vomit. Since the incident, he has been racked with guilt, struggling to keep going in the life he knows. Much to his apprehension, he is forced to take a new target, a woman named Mo Kyung. Mo Kyung is the mother of the little girl whose life he took. His boss wants him to tie up any loose ends. Gon understands that if he finishes the job, then he can be out. He's done. But he can't do it. He tries, he follows her for a bit, he tracks her down. He's even in the same elevator with her quite a few times. He has face-to-face conversations with her, but what he finds is a woman struggling to hold her life together. At work, she puts on a smile, but when she's alone, all she can do is cry and think about her daughter. She listens to voicemails of her daughter. She watches home movies. Her life has been destroyed. When Gon finds her after an overdose where she tried to take her own life, Gon makes the decision that he is going to protect her. He is going to help her find justice for her daughter's murder. As more assassins are sent after her, Gon stops them. Gon gets in the way in incredible fight scenes, always assuring that Mokyong never sees his face. He communicates with Mokyong. He guides her as her faceless protector. In the final moments of the film, he tells her through the phone to grab a nearby gun and prepare to use it, because the elevator doors are opening, and the man coming out is the man who killed her daughter. Firstly, this scene hit me so hard because it looks incredible. The way the camera rapidly follows Gon as he takes every single blast is a shot I don't think I've ever seen before. The scene perfectly builds to this moment. The tension of the story, the characters, the camera movement, every single action beat has led up to this incredible climax. It all has built to an incredible crescendo of violence, accentuated by brilliant camera movement that feels like you're the one pulling the trigger. And that feeling of pulling the trigger is complicated. It's complicated because it depends on how you watch the movie. Do you watch the movie hating Gon for what he's done? Is he a badass protagonist that you can totally get behind, or do you recognize his mistakes and you watch hoping that he rights his wrongs? And in righting his wrongs, do you want him to survive? Can he atone for his sins and move on with his life? However you feel about our protagonist leads to how you feel when he's gone. When you watch him die, do you think, good, that guy? Or do you watch thinking, you're disappointed because our hero is gone? Or do you recognize that maybe this was the only way this was going to end? Our protagonist has to die. Yes, he has been protecting her the entire movie, but solely for this purpose. He has wrecked this woman's life. Killing her daughter has torn her soul to pieces. His mission from this moment on has been to give the mother the one thing he could. He couldn't bring her daughter back. He couldn't piece her life back together. The one thing he could do is give Mokyong some semblance of justice. In killing himself, he is giving her a chance at a new life. Where she was once ready to end it all, his sacrifice could let her start something new, could let her move on and grow. In most films, watching your protagonist meet his end is heartbreaking. Who didn't cry when Hugh Jackman took his last breath as Logan? Tony Stark made the final sacrifice against Thanos. Or, I don't know, freaking Mufasa. Hell, I cried when Zack died in Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core, and we knew he died way back in 1997. But Gon's death was different. Gon's death was the plan the entire time. In death, he finds victory. He finds the only possible way to forgive himself for his sins. Gon's death was the only way the movie could end. Watching our hero fall is never easy, but with Gon's victory, the viewer can only watch in affirmation. In regards to Gon's sacrifice, when the credits roll, there really are no tears for the dead. What do you think of No Tears for the Dead? Have you seen it? It is the follow-up film, I believe, of the guy who directed A Man from Nowhere, which is a far more popular film, but I believe that this movie deserves a lot of credit as well. It is truly one of my favorite films from South Korea. The ending, as I've talked about this entire video, is so good. Tell me your thoughts on No Tears for the Dead in the comment section down below, and tell me a movie scene that truly stuck in your heart, in your soul, in your mind, and constantly makes you think of a movie that you love. Tell me that in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Head over to Facebook, where there is the Martial Arts Film Freak Facebook page, Instagram, Martial Arts Film Freak, Tristan_Glover_ on the Twitter, and Martial Arts Film Freak on TikTok. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.